Global green financing has more than doubled since 2015, with both debt and equity central to market growth. Debt markets provide a stable funding base, while equity has driven peaks in activity in 2018, 2021, and 2024. Despite cyclical dips, the overall trend is of a maturing ecosystem where debt and equity complement each other to meet rising demand. In 2025, solar and wind dominate investments, together accounting for most transactions. Solar alone has raised close to $140 billion, followed by wind at just under $100 billion. Grid infrastructure and other renewables are attracting growing flows, whilst emerging sectors such as batteries, carbon capture, EV infrastructure remain small but signal early diversification. Developers continue to lead investment with over $180 billion committed this year to date. General partners follow with nearly $80 billion, whilst institutions such as banks and utilities provide smaller contributions. On the asset side, renewable power attracts the majority of capital, with grid and storage increasingly significant. Early stage investment in CCUS and EV infrastructure is also visible. Greenfield projects remain the largest segments, exceeding $260 billion year to date in 2025. Debt flows are concentrated in solar and wind, whilst equity financing is more diversified, reaching into grid, batteries, and CCUS, less mature sectors. Refinancing and additional financing together represents around $115 million year to date, with M&A adding nearly $90 billion, reflecting consolidation in corporate activity across the sector. Solar and wind dominate in scale when looking at market attractiveness, with moderate returns given maturity and competition. Carbon capture stands out with the highest return potential, but a limited financing base. Grid infrastructure and EV charging sit mid-range, with storage remains strategically important but smaller. The balance is clear. Investors commit scale to mature renewables whilst selectively backing higher return emerging technologies. Green financing is expanding rapidly, scaling established renewables whilst broadening into enabling and emerging technologies. Developers remain central, but participation across the ecosystem is widening. The landscape shows both consolidation and diversification, with core assets dominating in size and newer technologies gradually building momentum. If you'd like to hear more about this report, click on the link below to download the full report.